Okay, we're seeing the Sika logo. Yeah, Sika Studios logo. Now we're Luny and Milky show. Okay, Luny and Milky, Luny vs Milky, the painting from 16th Luny and Milky episode. Here, well, we start. I'm starting with some lines. I'm drawing lines over the illustrations of from the characters that were used on the animation. This strokey illustration. Well, they're basic lines, and these lines will be for me to help me on the layout, as this text. This was all like a sketchy structure, sketchy skeleton. These lines for the letters Luny versus Milky, Luny VS Milky. Here I am like painting over those same lines from the letters of their names. Here the title uses their names, so now I'm painting over the stroke lines for Luny. Now I'm filling those letters with some color. The same goes for the Luny, the Milky name. I'm painting over those strokes, and as you can see in a second, those strokes will be filled with a color, and then there we have it, like the Luny and the Milky. Luny versus Milky. Then the same, those sketchy lines from the drawings of Luny Frieza and Milky Goku. As you can see, I'm like arranging and rearranging those same parts from the sketchy illustrations. That's in order for the help me out on the layout. Now I'm finally painting as first I'm keeping like the lines, those sketchy lines over the layer where I started painting. Well, obviously I wasn't painting on a layer, but on several layers, in order for me to have more options. Now I'm back to Luny Luny Golden Frieza, and I'm doing the same. I kept those sketchy lines in order to see where I would be painting, and to help me out with that. I'm giving it some paint, some basic different tones of on the face, and giving different tone to the lips, the nose. The eyes are red, they will be red, and I'm doing some more detailed thing on the teeth. I'm like cleaning a little bit, because those painted shapes were a little messy. Now that I took those sketchy guiding stroke, black stroke lines, I made it invisible. Now I'm like retouching a little bit the illustration in order for it to get better, not be that sketchy, that messy. As you can see, it's becoming a little cleaner, a little better. Sometimes, as you can see, I bring those sketchy lines like in layer with some alpha, some transparency, in order for me to have an idea of what was my initial intention, because only with the color it was like a little blurry. I couldn't have the idea, the clear idea. Now adding some details. Now I'm back to the illustration from Milky Goku, and I'm doing the same here. I'm like cleaning a little bit those painted shapes, cleaning and adding the first step, like on the first step of shadowing. This shadowing is like, I did it on the previous character, I'm doing it now on Milky Goku. As you can see, it's like shading in a very still making an illustration, drawing lines. This first step I made of shadowing is very like drawing lines, as you can see. Not very concerned about where the light comes. Not very concerned about giving depth and volume to the character. Is more like, okay, I'm adding a little different tone, so you can say it's shadowing, but at the same time I'm doing that in order for it to help me have a more clear idea of what the illustration was like. Previously it was like in very sketchy lines, but still I was like sculpturing the illustration out with that shadowing, like with strokes. Now I'm back to the text, and I'm like rearranging the layout. It was like to see how the text worked with the characters. Now I'm like doing this shattered rock effect. You may identify it with the shattered rock effect on the logo from a very famous character, a very dear character to us all, that is the Hulk. I don't know if they keep the same logo, but on the previous issues, I don't know if it was the 90s and before the 90s, the Hulk logo was like this shattered rock with the name of the character like in perspective, and I was going for it. I thought, okay, I want to experiment a little bit on that. My intention was to have the name from the character's name of Luny up on the canvas, and the Milky, the name of Milky, down the canvas, like almost taking 50-50 of the canvas space, and having it like simulating a little bit that same Hulk logo effect, like giving it like a strong tone, and I was going for that. Now I'm back to the VS. I'm painting the VS, and in a moment I'll be painting the circle around the VS and the thunder. as you will see. Okay, yeah. Well, now I'm just arranging it. In a couple of moments I'll be painting that, because as you can see it's very clean, and I wanted to live in the same world as the painting of these two characters. The same goes for the text, as you can see, the Luny and Milky text effect is like very detailed. Well, but now we're back to the characters. As I was saying, the text was becoming a little bit too detailed on that shatter rock effect, so I went for a more detailed approach on these characters. And so now I'm on the second stage of shadowing. Now it's more like giving more depth to the character. As you can see, these shadows are like almost like making a sculpture. They're like making major alterations to the major changes to the character, as you can see. And on the hair I was like using a darker tone, almost like a black. Here on the kimono I'm doing the same. It's more like an easier thing for me. I know that many illustrators do the same, like using a tone to do the shadowing, and then they pick on the same shadings, and they change the level and the tone, turning it into another color more similar to what they want to end up with. Well, as you can see, the painting is gaining more weight, more depth, and well, that was the idea all along. But it's cool to see it taking shape. And well, as you can see in the kimono, I wasn't using orange. Now I'm changing the level of the tone, and I made it orange. Now I'm back to Luny Frieza, and here I'm shading, giving a lot of like almost gray shading. Now I'm like selecting and putting it on another layer, and as you can see I turned it like in more orange oriented tone. It fits better with works really better with the golden theme, because we made it like I went for Luny Frieza on the, well, these characters live on Dragon Ball Super universe, not on the Dragon Ball Z universe. So Frieza is Golden Frieza, and Goku is clearly Goku Super Saiyan Blue. Now I'm messing with the flames, the power-up flames. On the Luny Frieza I used the power-up flames like in yellow, and Goku I used them in blue. Now back to the thunder. As I said, I painted it like to be more on the same world as these characters. As you can see, the thunder there is dividing the canvas between the two of them, but I wasn't very certain about the layout. Now I'm back to the letters, and I'm giving even more detail on the direction of that Hulk logo. It's becoming more like having the weight and the depth of rocks. Like they were rocks. Now I'm playing a little bit with the shades from those rocks, like giving it the set depth. Now I'm just playing around with the shattered effect on the letters. And as you can see, you will see, I will take a step back because it was the letters were gaining a lot more detail in comparison with the characters, so I blurred a little bit the yellow on the letters and like blank. Kind of blank that shadow, as you can see now, and I kind of blank the shatter rock effect. But as you can see, I think that with that the characters and the letters kind of seem like living more on the same world. They fit better one with the other. Now I was now I'm giving a new set of shadows to the character, and messing around with the glowy flames, like adding a new layer to it and giving some velocity to the characters. And I played a little bit with tones in order for them to fuse the characters, fuse all the elements. I went for red, I went for green, in order to see what worked better. And well, for Luny it worked better in red, and for Milky it worked better in green, as you can see. So it's like that, and it turned out like that. Well, but hope you like this step-by-step speed paint with voiceover. I don't know if the voiceover was helpful, if it was entertaining or just plain boring. Well, you may comment on the video and say your mind, say what you think about this. If you like the video, you can click the like button. We would appreciate it. And if you haven't already, well, please subscribe if you like this content, and if you like and you want to support Luny and Milky. And well, until the next speed paint or episode or Luny and Milky animation, well, be animated.